Wow.
Little different from the wind that shakes the barley.
Yeah. More gusty.
Right.
The winds of change. That was powerful. The fan made video, which I think is right in line with that band's ethos. I'm relatively familiar with these guys in terms of their bigger albums. I don't think I know that song. It's interesting to look back, and of course, we're trying not to get political, but music's like almost always political.
Right.
And just to look back at Occupy and that storm, if you will, in light of the current metaphor,
Right.
One way or another, whatever happened or didn't, it was quite a hard wind. And looking at it in the context of all sides, the protesters and police and things, quite tumultuous, quite powerful.
Yeah, I think Rage is a band that it's kind of like a lot of the protest bands of the '60s. Their music sort of like it's always there. It's always ready to be accessed when it's needed, or when it applies. And it feels. I've listened to it quite a bit, just in the last few years, and it's funny. I remember when I first listened to it. Was not when it first came out, and sort of, at least from my perspective, which given was limited, and from a place of privilege, it felt sort of like when I first listened to Rage, I enjoyed it, but I also felt like, okay, guys, maybe overreacting a little, and then later when I came back to it, just especially in the last few years, it's just like, oh, okay, so like this is what you were talking about back in the early '90s, and now it feels really like kind of fresh again. Whether you agree with it or not, the idea that there are people out there that these concepts are very real to them just makes the music feel really fresh again. Plus, honestly, I don't think they ever have. I don't think, even though I think nu metal obviously borrowed from their sort of rap metal aesthetic.
Sure.
And Anthrax and Public Enemy famously put out just a single that was in that same style a year before Rage Against the Machine's first album. But I really feel like Rage Against the Machine has never sounded dated to me anyway. It doesn't feel like even like grunge music, which feels very sort of its time.
Yeah.
Or even some of the noise rock stuff like Sonic Youth, or some of Smashing Pumpkins, like of the early '90s stuff. This is Rage Against the Machine is one of those ones that I feel like just always sounded unique and still sounds like it's not dated to me anyway.
Well, I mean, I agree. We're also old men, but I think part of it, like in addition to the vocals and the guitars, which are like huge and interesting, Tim Comerford, the bassist, is a absolute monster.
Yeah.
And like just a genius, as far as he's really holding down the melodic and rhythm together so that those other guys can do their things.
I love that the first track of their first album, Bomb Track, starts with his bass riff.
Yeah.
And so it's like, to me, he's sort of the I can't think of what the last track on Battle for Los Angeles is, but it definitely feels like he sort of is like, yeah, I'm gonna open up this whole band for you guys.
And the drummer, I don't know the drummer's name, but he's also, I mean, everybody's great. And there's something about bands,
yes,
I mean, like Led Zeppelin, where it's like, oh,
right,
they were all really great, and what do you know, they're
right,
super enduring as a result, you know. Yeah, wow. So what, Matt, you have taken me on a journey to the Emerald Isle and to Wall Street,
the mean streets of Los Angeles and New York.
Yeah. So then that's why I want to do this with you, because you do that, and I love it. That broad palette, that creative mind that interprets these things so differently than I.
Buckle up, because Fire is going to be even more diverse.
Awesome. I can't wait. If you are watching this video and you haven't seen the other ones in the playlist, you got to watch the whole playlist. And we're putting these videos out ideally like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe squeezing in an extra one sometimes if we have a longer theme. But look for us. We're Venture Brothers Boombox on Facebook and YouTube, and that's it. We're not doing anything else, except for maybe we will. But yeah. Well, thanks, Matt. And
thank you.
I will see
See you next time.
Next time. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.